Welcome on in, Heat Nation. Tobin here with you. Thanks for checking out the channel. Hope you're doing fantastic out there. Your Miami Heat will finally be back in action tomorrow against the New Orleans Pelicans. First of a 4-game road trip, Pelicans. Then they got the Kings. They got the Trailblazers. And then they got that end of road trip in Denver. I'm not a fan of that game. But maybe this Heat team will show you a little something. Very newsworthy day in Heatland today. First off and foremost, Jimmy Butler back practicing with your Miami Heat. He is back from leave after a death in the family. Jimmy Butler, we have seen some of his social media action over the last couple of days. It has appeared like Jimmy Butler is fully engaged and ready to roll. I got to tell you, seeing his trainer say it's locked in mode, goosies. I mean, it was. I'm like, oh, it's go time for Jimmy buckets. So that was a delight to see that Jimmy Butler back in the fold. Looks like he is ready to go. But there were a lot of injuries and updates as far as the Miami Heat are concerned, and also the availability of Delon Wright, who had his first official practice with the Miami Heat before they embarked on this road trip. And Delon Wright, very excited to be with Miami, and had some interesting things to say about being here, and said that it really re-energizes him.
Definitely. Playing 2 minutes, 3 minutes on a team that's not really trying to win, to now playing for something. Yeah, I'm definitely re-energized. I'm just ready to play, ready to compete. That's the best way I can explain it. I'm just excited. It's Miami, I'm excited.
No explanation needed, Delon. I was on the Wizards. You've seen them on Shaqtin' a Fool a ton this year. Now I'm on the Miami Heat, and we're ready to make a little run ski. No other explanation needed. I think the exciting thing for Delon is the fact that, look, they're probably going to need him from a depth standpoint right off the bat, because Terry Rozier, Josh Richardson, both banged up. Now Tyler Hero, that was another piece of news today. Tyler Hero is questionable with a foot injury for tomorrow. Now, if you guys did not see, Tyler Hero put a face palm emoji. And look, Tyler Hero is a sensei of the social media game. I don't know what the hell to make of this. And apparently it seems like, if we're playing detective, it seems like he was upset about the foot injury. I'm just guessing. I don't know. But one could deduce that is the case. So hopefully Tyler Hero is back in the fold. Duncan Robinson is going to play, but with a shoulder compression shirt, because he's still dealing with that, that mauling that happened, that dirty play from Jaylen Brown, which, by the way, as an aside, Jaylen Brown today said, I would do the dunk contest again. Bleep it. I mean, please. What do we have to pay Jaylen Brown not to do the dunk contest again? That is the true question. All right. And as an aside, Jaime, next year, if you do try and bounce back, you got to go with the GQ Flamingos. Somewhere this needs to be involved. That needs to be part of it. Or you coming out of the water with the nips out. I mean, those are both going to be first times. They say, oh, we've never seen that before. Oh, you really? Have you ever seen a dunker make love to the camera? I ask you that. But maybe you guys are more infatuated with people who dunk the ball and then cover their eyes. Because I'll tell you one thing. No one's going to be covering their eyes if Jaime comes out of the pool looking like that. That's for sure. Anywho, so the other big news involves Terry Rozier. And if you guys did not see, Eric Spoelstra, being cute, he was he told the gathered media today that both Josh Richardson and Terry Rozier are going to make the trip. And he had said, but one of them may play on the road trip. And you're like, well, Terry Rozier, not going to say, because he wants to be cute about it. But you would deduce that it is going to be Terry Rozier, because Jay Rich was in a sling today at practice from the pictures and video released from the session. So would it appear that Jay Rich is a little bit further away than Terry Rozier. But the word on Terry Rozier, no brace, Looking good. I was not at practice today. In all fairness, I was not boots on the ground. I was on the air, so I was getting some word from people who were there, and I was reading the tweets about it. But the word was Terry Rozier was looking good. That Terry Rozier was not being held back by much. There were so that's all really great news. That because I got to be honest with you, when they were like, oh no, Terry Rozier. They were first out there, and they're like, "Oh yeah, very optimistic." I was still skeptical because I was like, "All right." The Heat never seem to come out with details like this. They always seem to be very close to the vest with info. So it does appear that Terry Rozier's knee injury is not a major injury, and we will get to see him back soon, which is very, very exciting. Very, very exciting that he is going to make a return. Jay Rich, meanwhile, he had said yesterday on social media, he was asked for an injury update. He goes, my shoulder hurts. And that shoulder injury looked really gnarly. It did not look good. But this all comes back to the point of Delon Wright, where if you have no Jay Rich, if you have no Terry Rozier, and if you have no possibly Tyler Hero, I would say Delon Wright's going to get right there in the action. I don't know if it's going to be 25 minutes, but I think that it's definitely going to end up in a place where he is going to play more, and it's going to be definitely an interesting thing to see what he brings to the table. He seems very excited about it. He said today, I think my brother's more excited than I am. His brother did seem excited. We interviewed him earlier in the week, and he was like excited to come down to Miami, show him his spot, show him the ropes, show him the Miami ropes. I thought it was adorable because big brother's always going to treat little brother like little brother, because it's like, well, it almost made it sound like Delon's coming here as a 22-year-old, and it's like, no, he's 32. But Darrell's like, I don't care. I want to show you my spots. Let me show you all the good places that we could venture out to here in Miami. I thought it was adorable. I thought it was really, really cool. So as far as this road trip, getting Jimmy Butler back is obviously A1, the biggest news. But Terry Rozier not being out very long is fantastic. Tyler, be cautious with him, obviously. You don't want to rush this back. The team does have good success getting Duncan Robinson in the starting lineup, so I see no need to rush Tyler Hero back. You be smart with this. And all that being said, man, not an easy road trip, but I love, I want at minimum 2-2. If the Miami Heat can somehow have a 3-1 road trip, I'm getting greedy, because you think beating the Kings recently, it's a back-to-back with Portland. Portland sucks. I can't have the Heat losing that game. But I mean, man, you would think if Miami can come out of this thing swinging with haymakers and get the first 3 of this road trip, that would be absolute dynamite. Sometimes road trips are weird. They never go exactly how you think they're going to go. But if the Miami Heat are going to make a serious push and start getting into the higher realms of the seeds, yeah, these are not unwinnable games, because, Pelicans are decent, Kings are decent. They've beaten the Kings recently. They should stomp the Blazers. And then if you win that Nuggets game, I mean, that's gravy. And that could also be one of those where it's like, well, if you dropped a couple but you win the Nuggets game and it shows you something, those are all things. But just on the outset of it, like 2-2 is the minimum that you want to get. 3-1, I mean, that's you whatever way you slice it, you can't really bitch about it. That would be just absolutely tremendous. So very, very excited. I miss Heat basketball. I miss it so much. So I can't wait to get back to action, man. We will have a game recap, of course, tomorrow, and I am looking forward to seeing the boys back on the court.